Except this isn't from The Onion. They really looked north to the nicest people in the world and said, "Can you not handle your fire thing? It's up my summer plans." Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you tuning in once again, as you could be anywhere else doing anything else with your time, but you are letting me borrow a few minutes on whether you love or hate me.
You love me. You really love me.
I appreciate the opportunity. And if you hate me, just wait one day. You might get to see what else this mouth could do for you.
What it do, baby?
And then you want to have a non-toe curled foot to stand on with your hate. The same way Donald Trump and his Republican Party are very quickly, very hugely, very, very bigly losing any legs to stand on. No wonder Trump's always leaning.
Then look at my ass!
Since Trump first came down those elevators, he has been reciting some pretty vile bull about a specific group of people. Those people and their allies are now fighting back. To which I say, as someone people love to call a libtard, a true American liberal, like the founding fathers would want someone being oppressed by their government to not only be armed, but use said bare arms to fight against tyranny and unknown strangers trying to oppress them wearing masks. So who is in the wrong here? Liberals or conservatives saying that these unmasked petticoat thugs with no accountability upending people's rights against the very words of Jefferson, Adams, Washington, Franklin, and the like? Exactly, I think it's the fucking conservatives. Fucking America. But not only is that happening, let's look at something you probably didn't even know happened. Something that got buried under the chaos of this past week, and also something major from this past week involving the Trump admin.
And here we go.
The thing buried involves Congress, who said this to the Canadian government in response to wildfires happening over there right now. According to a BBC article, smoke from Canadian wildfires is drifting south and making it difficult for Americans to enjoy summer. 6 members of Congress have said in a letter to Canada's embassy, quote, "We write to you today on behalf of our constituents who have had to deal with the suffocating Canadian wildfire smoke filling the air to begin the summer," they wrote to Ambassador Kirsten Hillman. He and his 5 fellow Republican lawmakers wrote in the letter published Monday, "We would like to know how your government plans on mitigating wildfire and the smoke that makes its way south." They continued, "Our constituents have been limited in their ability to go outside and safely breathe due to the dangerous air quality the wildfire smoke has created." Wait until they realize that it's unsafe to go the fuck outside simply because Donald Trump has rolled back so many EPA protections and whatnot, pulled us out of the Paris Climate Accords, and increased drilling across the country.
Oh, it's bad. It's real bad. It's like eating a hot circle of garbage.
If you think the wildfires from Canada smoke is the thing that's gonna cause your lung cancer, I assure you, you do not know anything about the environment and the harms that we are putting into it.
You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words. How dare you?
Slay.
In our neck of the woods, summer months are the best time of the year to spend time outdoors recreating, enjoying time with family, and creating new memories. But this wildfire smoke makes it difficult to do all those things. What in the actual insane fuck are y'all doing? Are y'all crazy? Are y'all blaming the Canadians for the wildfires further inflamed and enlarged each year thanks to climate change, a global problem created by humans' industrialization and disregard for the fucking environment? Or am I high?
You serious?
And this is just a meme or satire. Except this isn't from The Onion. They really fucking looked north to the nicest people in the world and said, "Can you not handle your fire thing? It's fucking up my summer plans."
You've yeed your last haw, Big Iron.
Mind you, Canadians in times of war or conflict are real fucking psychos. They have a genuine problem. Pretty sure they open the insane asylums whenever they get into conflict. And that's kind of a fucked up joke, not gonna lie.
There, I said it! I said it! I regret nothing! I regret nothing!
So I don't even know if they are truly the nicest, but what is wrong with Republicans? I mean, don't get me wrong, Democrats are shit asshats who can pour piss into a boot, but they'd rather just pour it onto you and say, don't worry, I know what I'm doing. But this is like bursting into some random person's home and pissing on their bed in front of them as they stand there confused because you shouldn't be there, and then saying, don't worry, I need to do this and you should be able to clean it up pretty easy. I'm just utterly baffled. I'm baffled. Like, how Americans can act as if we are literally the sole country on this earth and everyone else is just a fucking plague waiting at some point to bother us, and that they need to never do that and listen to us when we say don't do that. Also, to any country allied with us, why do you let your politicians continuously take this bullshit? Why?
Why?
Sure, your economy, you can somewhat be tied to us, but many of y'all actually have protections and pretty robust systems in place to ride out a storm or two, especially Nordic countries. Have you seen the sovereign wealth funds of fucking Nordic countries? And it's odd because their wealth funds in a lot of cases are built off of fucking their own resources. Fucking insane. Why take the constant face spitting and bed pissing from a stranger if the only thing it gets you is someone who has a higher chance of having fucking diabetes, believing in lizard people, and that Elvis Presley is somehow still alive, then knowing that 50 plus 50 is fucking 100.
Okay, either you suck at math or you're gonna die in 2 seconds. You suck at math.
Coming to your country and complaining about your culture, asking why you can't just ask the wildfire to not blow over Aspen so the Americans can have a good summer. The fuck are we doing? Think about it. And while you think about it, this channel's first sponsorship has arrived. But then again, it's always been there, and that sponsorship is you, the watcher of this video. But I know of a way where you can sponsor without just watching the video, and it's hitting that subscribe button today. It's worth it, or your money back, and since you didn't spend any money to subscribe, there is truly no better deal out there. So hit that subscribe button for more content like this today, tomorrow, and in the foreseeable future. Or at least until being a trans woman eventually brings along a hot, secret sugar daddy. Anyway, we're moving on to the bigger stories of this week. Trump's denial of the Jeffrey Epstein files being released despite promising to do so, despite all the Republican gift and gab of stating the deep state would never let it be released, but Trump would do it day one. Here we are near 8 months and almost approaching my birthday in August. Another reason you should certainly subscribe to give me a birthday gift. Cost of living steadily rising, tariffs gutting the economic market, natural disasters foretold by the Al Gores and anti-oil activists of the past 5 centuries coming to pass, constant pain and misery and wars and genocide we are directly spurring on despite Trump claiming to be the peaceful dove. Big tax breaks passing again for the rich, while some estimated 7 million Americans are going to be dropped off social welfare, medical services, and millions more likely off food benefits, and Trump can't even give y'all the Epstein files.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
Yes!
This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas?
Yes!
We have this, we have all of the things.
Yes!
And are people still talking about this guy, this creep?
Yes!
I mean, if you ask me, that's pretty fucked up, man. It's pretty fucked up. That's a lie. All that, and you can't even get the thing that you bargained for in exchange for your vote last November? Because let's be real, some of y'all just did it because you assumed Kamala was on it.
But the law is not that you have to swear on a Christian Bible. That is not the law. You don't know that? All right, Ted Crockett with
I don't know. I know that Donald Trump did it when we made him president.
Because he's Christian and he picked it. That's what he wanted to. That's what he wanted to swear in on. Ted Crockett with the More campaign. Good luck tonight. Thank you so much for being here.
You've got to feel so dumb.
or maybe Obama or some shit. He won't even tell you who the deep state pedophiles are by letting you see them for yourselves, despite the government having all the evidence just before this whole thing was announced, with Pam Bondi stating this and other Republicans backing it in some way, shape, or form before Trump's presidency.
That Epstein may have had video and audio of people out there doing things they shouldn't have been doing. And you should be asking yourself the question, how is it that all these people, the CIA director, the Obama fixer, Bill Clinton, all intersected paths with Jeffrey Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein isn't with us anymore, and nobody seems to want to talk about it.
Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there, because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would, or at least
Do you think that would restore trust? Help restore trust?
Yeah, I don't know about Epstein so much as I do the others. Certainly about the way he died. It would be interesting to find out what happened there, because that was a weird situation, and the cameras didn't happen to be working, et cetera, et cetera.
I want to talk to you about the Epstein case. I have worked on this for years, trying to get those records of who flew on Epstein's plane and who helped him build this international human trafficking ring.
Absolutely, Senator. Child trafficking has no place in the United States of America, and I will do everything, if confirmed as FBI director, to make sure the American public knows the full weight of what happened in the past.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. A lot of people are wondering, because you said last week that you have the Epstein files on your desk, is when can we see them and what's taking so long to release them?
I do. Jesse, there are well over, this will make you sick, 200 victims. 200. So we have, well over 250 actually. So we have to make sure that their identity is protected. Other than that, I think tomorrow, Jesse, breaking news right now, you're going to see some Epstein information being released. What kind? Are we going to see who was on the flights? Are we going to see any evidence from what he recorded? Because he had all of his homes wired with recording devices. Yeah, what you're going to see, hopefully tomorrow, is a lot of flight logs, a lot of names, a lot of information. But it's pretty sick what that man did.
Is all this was done solely by Epstein, as Bondi claims now? Which, why is Maxwell in jail if that's the case? And also, if there was nothing there, then you should be able to just release it and avoid releasing the stuff, and you could even just write a list. Being forced to have sex with Jeffrey Epstein. It's not difficult. It's just this. They're acting like it's so fucking complicated to release it, but it's not, because they know it's not. They just know you won't go looking further because they're making it seem convoluted and complicated. But most of you are actually getting annoyed that you're not being able to look, because you've been living off of this for years now. Look, my experience with rear door pleasure is enough for me to say this.
I'm personally very grateful for anal.
A good fucking doesn't feel like this. A good fucking has a resolution. A small moment of pain maybe if you ain't used to it. American, poor, and lower middle class are certainly used to moments of pain. Certainly. But at the end of that pain comes something to make you smile and say, see, I told you I wasn't bugging. The possibility of you making it out the hood from dribbling a ball or rapping, or the possibility of you making it big from winning the lottery, or your children getting an education and actually benefiting them in the long run and creating a different level of generational wealth for your family to avoid the poor trudge for a couple generations. There are countless payoffs that this whole system is supposed to give back to you, but it's not. Those things are called the American dream, and they are more unaffordable than fucking ever. And yet, the Trump admin is telling you right now that you're just bugging. Wow. You're bugging.
You're crazy.
I'm not. No, I'm not. You don't know. I'm telling you right now, the aura of these Epstein files is not as major as you think it is, okay? And just like Alex Jones said, it's just something that's gonna turn the frogs gay, so let's move on.
We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated.
And I don't want to protect a single person on those lists, regardless of their political affiliation. If Obama was on that bitch, throw his ass in the volcano with the Clintons and any other Democrat, as well as any fucking Republicans, just any general overall asshat horrible human being with him. Throw them all in the fucking volcano. But that isn't why the list isn't being released, and it's all associated information. It's not being released because of the thing you know deep down in your mind. The thing you don't want to say because it will ruin your ideal of the world. The list isn't being released not to protect any victims. Many of them we already know. We know who Andrew fiddled with. Several victims, if I recall, have commented on former Israeli heads of state and even Bill's proximity. We have seen the photos and the interactions, as well as the long-standing commitments between Epstein and many people. We know all these things. It isn't a shocker. Most of the names have avoided the spotlight so far, and yet one which has been obvious the entire time, one which has made Kash Patel somehow look even more zooted these days than in his original governmental photo, is that the world's worst South African in human history. That is saying a lot considering South Africa's history when it comes to genocide and overall asshole existence. As he put it, Donald J. Trump is on the list, and there is clear evidence of his fiddling hugely with underage victims. Shocker. I'm saying something that literally should shock nobody. There. God bless America, as you all say. Hope I didn't break your reality, but we all know y'all are currently having conniptions at that realization, that reality breaking, and that you would much prefer that I be, I don't know, dead. But I'm not. Anyways, bye. If I could move to a country, it would probably be, it'd either be the Netherlands or like Sweden. Swedish guys are hot. Everybody always talks about Nordic models, the female version, right? But they never talk about the female or the male Nordic models. They're super hot too. Okay, I don't understand this whole thing. I mean, I get it. They're only saying that because you know Leonardo DiCaprio is. Those are his particular young perception. Wait, hold up. Is Leonardo DiCaprio on the Epstein list? I mean, I'm kidding, of course. Kidding.